Florida homeowners, it's not a question of if, but when the next hurricane will come. No matter what Florida weather has in store, StormSmart has products that protect every opening of your home while improving the look, feel, and function. From durable aluminum shutters, high-impact windows and doors, to our innovative storm catcher screens. Products that enhance the beauty of your home and keep your family safe. Because smart is complete hurricane protection, and smart is peace of mind. Call StormSmart today for your free in-home consultation.
When your power goes out, remember just how inconvenient your life can be. No lights, no refrigeration, no heating or cooling, no electronics. But with the Generac Home Standby Generator, you'll have power when you need it. Our Generac generators automatically provide backup power after sensing a power outage, so your life goes on uninterrupted. Get a free 10-year warranty with the purchase of any air-cooled generator. Call Generx Generators today. Generx Generators. Life is primitive without power.
Streaming from the Tampa Bay 28 Weather Center in Studio A, this is Dennis Phillips Live. Brought to you by StormSmart. Protect every opening of your home. And Generx Generators. Life is primitive without power.
How you doing, everybody? It is a Tuesday night edition of Dennis Phillips Live. And if you're watching on television, watching on cable, Spectrum, or Frontier, or DirecTV, thank you very much. Again, we always encourage folks, watch on TV, because if there's any issues with internet or whatnot, you can still be able to see it clearly. But follow along in the comments. And I see Cruise Mike is in the house today. If you don't know who Cruise Mike is, Cruise Mike was a guy who was from North Carolina who was on a cruise out of Port Canaveral, and everybody was coming up to him and say, hey, you're the weatherman, can I do a selfie? And he did all these selfies. He had no idea who the weatherman was because he's from North Carolina. Somehow he found out that it was me, and Cruise Mike has now been a part of our group. Bridget, how goes it? Stephen in Clearwater, Anna Maria. Kevin says, roll tide. I don't know. I mean, the tide has been pretty good of late, but boy, that opening week was a tough game to the Knowles, right? We have got Carol, how do you do? Debbie, good to see you. So here's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to break, I was going to say we're going to break tradition. We have no tradition. You guys know this. There is no tradition to this show. It's just pretty much, you know, we kind of do things as we go along. And we are going to get to the tropics, obviously, and we're going to get to the weather. But most of you all know my daughter, Ryan. She has been a part of DPL since before we were on TV, before we were on Facebook. And back in the COVID days, she was our official show open with the piano playing and whatnot. So, you know, I've been mentioning lately, Ryan left me a really sweet note. I don't get to see her as often now that she's in middle school because she gets home after I've already left for work. But have you guys run into this issue where you ask your kid, how was your day? Oh, it was okay. Well, what'd you do? I don't remember. Well, what do you mean don't remember? I don't know. Did you do anything fun? I don't know. So I've been getting on Ryan a little bit lately about that, and I've been like, Ryan, tell me a little bit more about what your day's been going on. So as we bring Ryan to Dennis Phillips Live, how you doing, sweetie?
Hi.
Good to see you. So Ryan called me today, and of course, we went through the obligatory, hey, how's it going? What'd you do today? And what did you say? You surprised me.
I said, I made a list of what I did.
So, because apparently she cannot remember what she did during the day, she actually created and did you make this list as things were happening, or did you do it at the end of the day?
I made it as it was happening because like I said, I'd forget. Okay, so you made a list, and I want to hear, as do all the folks, I'm sure, but you know, you got to do with it. What did you do today? What was the life of Ryan Phillips, sixth grader, like today? I got to hear this.
Okay. B day, my day, 9/23/25. So they're like bullet points. So, okay. So moved on to bow and orchestra. So I'm now playing the bow because we were just like plucking, but now we're playing the bow. In history, my leg was twitching because I was stressed.
Why were you stressed?
Because history stresses me out.
Oh, okay.
It's
We can all
just-
relate to that. All right.
We moved around in the class, like, because we had, like, sides, like, if you agree with this, go on this side, if you disagree, go like that side. So we moved around. So we debated in history. That was fun. I had a lot of history homework, which I still haven't done yet. I had a fun lunch. I talked to a person about movies and Dandy's World, which is a game.
Oh, all right. Was
So-
it a new person?
Well, we've been talking to him, but like he hasn't been responding to us.
Yes.
But he responded to us today.
Oh, who is us?
Me and my friends.
Okay. All right. What else?
Science was stressful because I forgot to do something. So I did it in class, really quickly, because I was supposed to do it at home, but I forgot. And so in class, I was just and so that was stressful. I didn't get a demerit though, which was I was happy about that.
No demerit. That's a plus. You do not want to get demerits.
Yeah, I have 2 for math, but that's it. That's all I have. I was shaking again in science.
You were nervous again?
Yeah,
Oh, man.
middle school is stressful.
Yeah, I get it. You know, math and science can be stressful.
Yeah,
I
and
get that.
History. People got detention in my science class for throwing crayons.
Oh, man. They get the ban button for throwing
Yeah.
crayons. Oh,
Yeah.
geez.
I had only a little homework in science, which is
That's
good.
good.
I finished that. Seat change in computer science. I love it because I sit next to 2 of my friends.
Ah.
Yeah.
Do you get to pick your seats, or is it assigned seating?
So it was actually really fun. I've never got to do this. She had a bucket, and then we have numbers on our seats, and we got to pull from a bucket our seat.
Oh, that's cool.
So it was
That's
luck.
fun.
So this is where it starts to kind of take a turn of my day.
Okay.
So I wrote in all caps, "I have to pee," because
Oh, man.
I had to use the restroom really bad, and there was a list, a line, we couldn't leave the one at a time, and she had a list that we had to write our names down, and she would call us, and there were 3 people in front of me, and I had to go really bad, but she finally called me, and I went to the restroom, and I had to ask a girl who was at their locker where the restroom is, because I never go to the restroom in school.
And this is her first year at the school, so she's,
Yeah.
Still
And
learning.
I never use the restroom at school. I usually just wait till I get home. But so I didn't know where it was upstairs. And so I asked the girl, and she's like, down, go straight, and then left, and then there it is. So I go straight, and I turn to the left. I see a restroom. So
Okay.
I see a restroom. It says student restroom on the sign. So I go in it. I see urinals.
Oh, man.
So so I see urinals, and in my brain I'm like, this isn't right, but maybe it's a male and female restroom.
Do they have those?
No.
Okay.
I thought they did, but they don't. So I went in, and I'm like, wait, okay. So I hear someone in the stall next to me. So I peek under the stall to see what shoes they have on, because you can tell if it's a girl or a boy by their shoes. It was boys' shoes.
Oh, man. This
I
is
knew it
not
right
good.
then and there that it was a boys' restroom.
By the way, just so you know, this happened to Wendy Ryan in Seattle in an airport. She loves to tell that story. But anyway, go ahead. Keep going.
So I So I'm in like the restroom and I'm using it. Like I it's already happened. But so
It's already happened.
and I step out. They haven't got out of the restroom yet, and like I wash my hands, but I kind of want to see who's in the stall. So I kind of ruined myself here because if I would have left, they never would have saw me.
But
But
you
I
had to
didn't
know.
leave. They never had to know, but
You
I
had
did
to
something
know.
stupid. So and I stayed to see who it was, and it was a boy. And then I walked out, and another boy walked into the restroom, and I
And he's
looked
like,
back.
what's
And
going
I look
on?
back and they're whispering, and I'm like,
So, now, see, if you hadn't have written that stuff down, you would have never been able to. I would have asked you, what'd you do today in school? Nothing. So, well, that is awesome. So that was a very, you will probably remember this day maybe for the rest of your life.
I have it written down on my little sticky note.
That is awesome. Sweetie, thank you very much for sharing. By the way, how was dance?
It was good. I didn't write anything down, so I forgot.
Oh, okay. All right, well, we have tropical weather to talk about. Thank you very much, sweetie, for coming on. That was awesome. And you have a good night. Call me before you go to bed, okay?
I love you.
All right, sweetie, I love you. I'll talk to you later. All right, bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, so there you go. That was my daughter Ryan's day. And you know what? I didn't get a chance to hear it very often because I'm at work, so I hope you enjoyed it. I did see a comment on here. I'm hoping it was sarcastic from someone named Sarah. Please elaborate, but do so in the break because we got to catch up. We got a lot to talk about in the tropics because after all, Dennis Phillips Live is not just weather. And if you are just here for weather, you're in the wrong place because as you can see, we go in a lot of different directions. We do it for entertainment value and for fun and for information, all the above. Back in 90 seconds. Okay, I'm off TV now. Who the heck is Sarah who said, oh, is this, weather and stuff? So, if you were being sarcastic, I hope you were, because if you weren't, I will ban you forever. You bad talking, me talking to my daughter, ain't gonna end well for you. All right. So let's see. We have, okay, let's get rid of the this so I can actually do some weather. And we still have plenty of time to do it all. It's amazing. All right, if I can find that. Let's see. We have a new computer on here. Yes, we are, Brian. Yes, we are. Well, then bring that Sarah person back in, Amanda. Bring her back in. Mike, she was demanding guac. Exactly. You know. All right, so we're going to do some quick local weather, and then we'll jump to tropics. All right, we are back in the TV in 10 seconds. All right, you guys have a good day? That was fun. Actually, the fact that she wrote all that stuff down, I just absolutely loved. All right, welcome back to Dennis Phillips Live. Thank you to my guest, Ryan Phillips. I just loved that segment. Yes, I'm biased, but she wrote down her day so she could remember to tell me exactly what it was. My heart's just melting on that. All right, let's go ahead and talk about what's happening locally, and then we'll get into tropical weather as well. There are some pretty decent storms out there, and most of them, in fact, now all of them are across inland areas. We definitely have the humidity. We definitely have the humidity out there. It's returned. Now, last week we had dew points that were on the low side, but now they're back in the low to mid 70s. So over the next 3 or 4 days, we're going to continue to see more of this kind of a setup. So that means the mornings will be mostly dry. The afternoons, you'll start to see some scattered showers and a few thunderstorms. And today we had more than a few storms. I'm with you. I would do it every day, Kelly. I think we should have a Ryan's World segment. Maybe like weekly. I mean, I really do. I think that would be a fun weekly segment. What is happening in Ryan's world? I kind of like it. And since I'm the producer of the show and everything else, we probably could.
So anyway, there's the rain across inland areas. Where it's raining, it's in the low to mid 70s. Where it isn't, it's in the mid to upper 80s. 87 Bradenton, 84 Clearwater, 85 in Tampa. Highs today hit the upper 80s along the coast, lower 90s inland. Melissa, I do not expect cooler weather. We will get some drier air early next week as the front comes through. 85 and a thunderstorm in the distance at the airport. Another cool shot. These sunsets have been ridiculous. They have been so awesome. That is so neat. So there's another beautiful shot from Rivergate Tower looking down to the south. What's up with you, Chase? Good to see you. 91 the high today. Bridget, it has you hidden. I had to unhide you. I don't know why. It's interesting. So there's a look at the radar and the satellite. Inland showers, everything kind of pushing from west to east. And they'll continue till about 10 o'clock-ish. They'll try to backbuild just a little bit over the next hour or so. But by the morning, everything will be dry. But it will still be muggy. I would go on the cruise, Cece. I don't think for Cozumel you're going to have any problems whatsoever. Yep, now you're not. Now you're unhidden. So I don't know why. Maybe it was just the word rude, talking about the Sarah person. Maybe maybe it has certain words that it chooses. I don't know. I'm not really sure. RPL, I love the sound of that. Ryan Phillips Live, and heaven knows she would love it too, because that girl ain't shy. Tomorrow, maybe around 2 or 3 o'clock, right around the bay, a couple of showers pushing inland later on. So most of the action the next 3 days will be east of I-75 and south of I-4. Yes, she does, Wanda, and thank you very much, Barry. Again, if you're watching on TV, I'm not talking to these voices in my head. I'm actually talking to the folks who are commenting on social. So watching on TV is awesome. Following along on social makes it even double better. Well, I will call out the Sarah person as well, Bridget. So go elsewhere. All right, there's a look at inland areas, eastern Hernando, eastern Pasco, eastern Hillsborough, a western Polk. And we do have a front that's going to be, now Turks and Caicos, Chrissy, that I cannot guarantee. You probably got a little bit of a bumpy ride going there. Epic Universe, could be some scattered showers, Ginger. So notice what you see through Friday. Same exact setup that we have right now. All right? But by Saturday, look at where the heavier rains are. North of I-4. That is a front coming from north to south. All right? And I do think that front's going to make it all the way through the state. So, lower dew points will be coming in. But when I show you the maps in the next segment, you're not going to see cooler air. You're going to see drier air. Lower dew points by the end of the weekend into early next week. But as you see, not any cooler. We now have 2 areas in red. So that 2060 has not been updated because the NHC just changed their numbers. And I will go ahead and call this up for you right here. There you are. The area in red to the east is 70 and 90. The area in red that was orange is 30 and 70. And this is the one that needs to be looked at. So you have a tropical wave. It's moving toward the Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico tonight and Wednesday with lots of rain. Then it's expected to slow down and turn northwest. It's going to be in the vicinity of the Bahamas and potentially the east coast of the U.S. Correct, Carrie. 2 red bloobs. Alex, you are correct. For folks who don't know what the red bloobs are, a week or 2 ago, someone asked about an orange blob, but they misspelled it to bloob. So there you have it. So we have 2 red bloobs now. Where are they going to go? Ensembles and operational runs right after this, as Dennis Phillips Live continues. Okay, that is my second break. Charlotte saying, ban the bloob. Yeah, so anybody who didn't know what this whole Sarah thing was, I don't know. Some person being kind of smarmy
saying like when I was talking with my daughter, you know, and they're like, oh, where's the weather and all the greatest weather and everything. And I'm like, then leave. Say it again. If that's not your cup of tea, I totally get it. Go elsewhere. We'll all be happier. Okay, so if I could do Germany weather, I would. I don't know if I could handle that. I am not an expert on German weather patterns. I will tell you that. I did put up my Halloween decorations, Sean. Oh, yes, I did. And I have them up and running now with all the lights. In fact, maybe that's what Ryan can do next time. She can kind of give a little bit of tour of the lights. You know what, Sean, real quick, just for you, let's look at the 540 line, just for Sean. We'll get that out of the way. So here we go. This is the 540. This is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. There's the low, staying east of the U.S. right now. Very little in the tropics, but no 540 lines. Hey, if you're watching on television, welcome back. We are answering some questions. So again, it's always awesome just to tune in on TV while following on Facebook because you kind of get the best of both worlds. And they were asking about any cool down behind the front. Well, look at the front come through the state. There it goes on Saturday and Sunday. But notice, now, here's something else going on. Models are hinting at weak low pressure off to the east on Monday or Tuesday. That would help to bring in some drier air as well, potentially. But you see no 540 lines, no cold air whatsoever across the lower 48 for the next 2 weeks. So it is a drier front. The 540 line is the freezing line, Debbie. It's the rain snow line. And it would look like this. See the blue color right there? That dotted blue is the 540 line. So that is your rain snow line. But it's also a freezing line. And we look for that 540 line to dig into the U.S., and that would bring in some cooler weather for us. No 540 line for the next 2 weeks. So let's start looking at ensemble runs right off the bat. Well, first of all, real quick, this is a look at the Climate Prediction Center's 2-week forecast. Notice next week, it still has the potential of development in the Atlantic. But look, from October 8th to the 14th, the Atlantic shuts off. It shuts down, as it usually does. You look in September. September, you get action in the Atlantic. But once you hit October, that action goes away. So right along with it, when you're looking at the second week in October, the Climate Prediction Center predicts nothing in the Atlantic. Main reason, the water is just too cool. But it does show potential development in the Caribbean and the Gulf. And that right there is where we will need to be keeping our eyes on, in my opinion, the entire month of October. Although, interestingly enough, the first week of October, the Caribbean is quiet because it is quiet. There is nothing going on in the Gulf and the Caribbean. So there is no threat whatsoever for the Caribbean, the Western Caribbean, Cozumel, Cancun, areas where the cruises out of Tampa go. You have no problems at all. You are good to go. You are good to go as well in the Gulf. But you have a double area of red in the Atlantic. So let's talk more about that. Here is the GFS ensemble runs. A handful of Caribbean development, not many. But the bulk of the action, there goes your first system, your second system, and maybe your second system as well. Somewhere in this, you're going to get a curve zoop, or a curve zoop, or maybe even a curve closer to the coast, zoop. And that would be, yes, we are, Brownie, although this is a tough week against, that is 94, Liliana. 94 is this one. The ensembles keep it offshore. It's a closer call. That's the GFS. What about the Euro AI? The Euro AI is much closer to the East Coast. and even a few bring it west through the Straits and into Florida as a weaker system. So we cannot write off Invest 94. The Euro AI actually has it in all of this potential area. So that's the Euro AI. You cannot write off the threat yet with Invest 94. The Euro also has a few that bring it into the Straits and up the West Coast, but the overwhelming majority have it just offshore in the Bahamas. So let me show you this. So this is a look at the Euro with a few members out into the Straits, but the majority go offshore in the Atlantic. Here's the Euro AI, mostly offshore, but a few take it closer, even up to the west coast of Florida. All right, so my point is we simply do not have enough information yet to make a call on Invest 94. But I will tell you this, in the Bahamas next week, it could be a little bit rough. Not enough to cancel a cruise, I would say at this point, but definitely you're going to feel it. All right, we'll finish up on our last segment on TV, and we're going to continue streaming as well, answering your questions as Dennis Phillips Live continues. Okay, so I'm looking for this James Cornell person. Let me see if I can scroll up and get, wait a minute, hold on. Screen wasn't wrong, I just didn't change the source. That was totally my fault. Yeah, I don't see him. So I'll show you the ensembles again. Yeah, I don't see it, James Cornell. But I'll show you one more time. Here, let me show you real quick. Well, now, I'll show you after the TV break, because you guys were watching on James. All right, here. I'm going to do it one more time, though, for the TV folks, because I did not switch as I should have. So I will show them. Okay, we have 30 seconds left. So I'm going to give a quick update for them. He was too far up for me on my screen. It doesn't show up for me. I can only scroll up a certain distance. I can't scroll up as much as you guys can. But James Cornell, if you feel lucky, go ahead and post again. See how it ends for you. Go ahead and try it. Do you feel lucky? Well, do you? Okay. All right, I do not need an info. All right, we're back. Okay, so we are back for the last minute and a half. I messed up and did not change the source, so I'm going to do a real quick look at the ensembles again for the TV folks, and then we are going to continue on social. This is the GFS. As you can see, the GFS keeps the center of this offshore. It does have a few in the Caribbean, but mostly Invest 94 stays offshore. Euro. Here's the Euro AI. The Euro AI has a track much closer to the southeastern U.S., including the Bahamas, and even one or two through the Straits and up the west coast of Florida. So the Euro AI is showing we cannot make a call yet on where Invest 94 would go. The European itself, here's the European. The European is not quite as far west as the Euro AI. It does impact the Bahamas. A few do impact the Outer Banks of the Carolinas, but not so much Florida. Although, interestingly enough, it does have one or two runs that actually goes up the west coast of Florida. So, for the folks watching on TV, Shay Ryan will be in tomorrow night. I have the Best of the Bay Awards ceremony that I've been nominated for, so hopefully that will go well. I will be there tomorrow. I'll be back for the 11. But the Caribbean is quiet. The Gulf is quiet. Invest 94. Still too early to pinpoint details on if it would impact the U.S. The one to the east of that will not have any impact on the U.S. Thanks for watching. Continue on social. We're going to continue. Have a great night. Okay, so we are still on. All right, so let's go back. I think I kind of gave you guys everything on that, right?
It was a short version, but it did. Thank you, Sky. I appreciate it. So let's go back. We aren't quite done yet. Now I want to look at the operational runs as well. So here again, GFS, offshore, a little bit in the Caribbean, okay? Euro AI. Euro AI is the one that's probably closest to the southeast side of the U.S. and does even have a few that goes into the Straits. Okay, the Euro is not quite as far west. In fact, it really doesn't impact Florida, other than these two ones that go down and then up. That's the last thing we want, right? Michelle's in St. Thomas right now. Yeah, you're going to get some pretty decent rains tomorrow, Michelle. Yes, they did, David. The Lions really looked good. Okay, I will tell her there, Charlotte. Going on a cruise in 6 days. Aaron, where are you going on this cruise? And yes, it would affect the Bahamas, Liz. It would affect the Bahamas. Timeline on Invest 94. Well, you know what? Let's go ahead and look at the Euro AI, since it's the one that brings it closest to us, right? Here's Tuesday. Here's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. The Euro AI brings this landfall into Cruise Mike in North Carolina. I do not see this James person. I'm sorry, but he's not showing up on mine. So I don't know. Don't know why. James is looking for a date, according to a lot of these comments. Anyway, so that's what I see. That is the Euro AI. So right now, that is the, oh, by the way, look at that. Look at what we got going after that. You got kind of two areas of low pressure. You got one, you got two. So, and then they kind of combine. Well, that's interesting. And then goes out to sea. But nothing in the Caribbean or the Gulf. Eastern Caribbean cruise on Saturday, Liz. All right, Liz, it's going to be a little bumpy for you, I'm afraid to say. If the Euro AI is right, again, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you're looking right in here, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, next Friday. That is the Euro AI. But the European, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Look at the Euro. Monday. Whoa, look at our European, my friends. Euro AI and the Euro, both are showing it. Oh, there's a big frowny face on that one. So, guys, I'm just reading your comments. I'm not seeing anything for James, but you guys are making me laugh. Why am I not seeing anything on this? Maybe I blocked him or something. I don't know. You have to send me a link to him so I can ban him. But anyway, look at that. So that is the Euro. That is not the Euro AI. That is the Euro. So if you are on and that is next Monday. That is Monday. So if you have a cruise that you're leaving, if the Euro is right, there's Sunday. That's going to be some pretty decent waves. It's a couple of tropical storms. That's a tropical storm and a hurricane is what that is. The one on the left is a tropical storm. The one on the right is a hurricane. And then they pull almost a little Fujiwara, but not quite. Wow, look at that. Oh, my, look at, holy cow. Stand by. All right, so there's Tuesday, there's Wednesday, there's Thursday, there's Friday. Saturday and Sunday. So now that will not be accurate. There's no way. First of all, there's no way in the world that they're going to be able to forecast that kind of interaction accurately. It just doesn't happen. It just does not happen. But it's pretty cool. David, trying to get a date on the weather side is either genius or incredibly blockheaded. It's kind of funny. All right, so there you go. The time frame is similar. Early next week, there is the Euro on Monday. Here's the Euro AI on Monday. So the Euro AI is a little weaker with it and a little more to the south with it, but it's still showing it. See? Okay, asking about the weekend forecast. We'll get to that in a second. So, yeah, I mean, so I will tell you the answer to this is we do not have an answer yet. And here's the GFS, and the GFS is actually the least threatening. It does not develop the second system, and it just has this one go out to sea. Okay. So, Disney, 9:26 to 10 for, oh no, Sarah, no. Okay, let's start. Tomorrow, let's go ahead and call up the US map. Actually, let's start with Futurecast. You want to do local? Where'd that Sarah person go, by the way? Where did that Sarah person go? They left. I don't blame them. A lot of nerve. All right, here we go. 10 o'clock, midnight tonight, 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, noon, 2 or 3 again, right around the bay, a couple of showers, couple of storms. 8, 9, 10. Friday, Thursday, same exact setup, maybe early afternoon as opposed to mid-afternoon if the moisture comes in. But the front will be coming in Saturday. Exactly. The whole guac thing, that is to me, okay, if you're not familiar with the whole guac thing, it's like when someone comes on here and look, we're obviously answering a lot of questions, right? And if anybody asks a question politely or nicely, or even not rudely, we're going to answer it, right? But if you go into someone's house and there's some chips and salsa out there. Hold on a second. My son Josh is calling me. I always answer the kids' call if they call. Josh Phillips, you are live on Dennis Phillips Live. Are you okay?
Yeah, I just checked your Instagram and I didn't see that you were live. That's why I checked to see so that I could call.
Wait a minute. Did I forget to? No, I'm on Instagram. I'm live on Instagram right now.
No, you're not.
It says I am.
Well, I'm driving, so I really shouldn't.
No, I'm pretty sure I'm on Instagram right now. I do, because there's 106 people watching.
Yeah, you're right. It didn't pop up on my feed. All right, whatever. Sorry.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I was just calling to say hi.
Okay. All right. I love you.
All right, love you.
Bye-bye. Okay. What were we talking about? Oh, yeah, the whole guac thing. So you're going to a football party, right? And you get there, and there's a really cool little football platter, and there's some chips, and there's some salsa, and some pico. You know, it looks good and everything, but there's no guac. Do you go to, especially someone who's not like your best buddy. If you're your best buddy, like, hey, dude, where's the guac? But if it's just you and you don't really know these people, or it's a party maybe, and you're just kind of like showing up yeah, it's a party. It's a group party. Would you walk up to the host and say, hey, where's the guac? Maybe you would, but most people wouldn't. Maybe Sarah would, but most people wouldn't. So point being is, if you ask nicely, hey, when are we going to get to weather? Or you know, you get what I'm saying here. So that's the whole guac thing. So we'll throw out the, hey, you know, where's the guac? You get it? All right, there you go. So, there's no orange bloob. It hasn't been updated. Okay, you know what? Dominique, great point. This computer has to hit refresh. So just because you asked me that, I will refresh this graphic so it will magically turn red. All right, ready? Here we go. Wait. All right. And after it updates,
it turns red. But the numbers aren't correct because the numbers have to be done manually. I have to actually manually do those numbers. So there you go. All right. So, oh, wow. Crystal's making guac right now? Or someone else is? Okay, so let me go back and I'm going to answer some questions now. All right. I'm here for you. I'm here for you. Tomorrow night, Shay will be on. It will be SRL, Shay Ryan Live. She'll be talking about the tropics as well. And I'll have the graphics all up for her and everything, so it's all good. And I thought Allie was going to be on Friday. Allie will be on Friday, but it's not on TV because I believe the Lightning game is on, I believe. So I'm just going to like scroll through your stuff right now. And we'll just, just answer quick. Wait a minute, is this a different Sarah? Wait a minute, I don't know if that's a different Sarah. Wait a minute. See, I don't know. Wait a minute. Wait. Okay. Wait. Is the Sarah that I see here with a B the same Sarah that made the smarmy comment, or is it a different Sarah? You got to talk to me, because if that's Sarah, apologize and we're all good. All right. Sarah is back. Okay. All right, I'm answering your questions. James deleted himself. All right, see, this is good. See, you guys are my enforcers. I don't need anybody else. All right. What else do we have? I'm scrolling down. Does that in Massachusetts, both my daughters, okay. Very unlikely it's going to be an impact for the Northeast because it's going to be accelerating and curving away at that point. So I would not worry about it at all. All right. Correct. Sock shuffle alert, Anna Maria. All right. Let me see. Thank you, Melanie. Traveling to Raleigh Thursday to Saturday. Any issues getting home? No, you will be fine, John. You are totally good. Is this, Bridget, was that a different Sarah? I'm going to click on it. Yeah, I think it's a different one, maybe. I can't tell. I don't know, whatever. Would I cancel my perfect day at Coco Cay on October 2nd? No. I think by then it'll be over. Let's look. Well, here, let's look. Let's look. Shall we? Okay, so we will go ahead and look at the euro and look at the second. It's already way gone. Nope, you're good. You are good, all right? Okay. Angela, now I will never see James again. My poor heart. That's funny. Wedding October 11th in the Outer Banks. Well, don't know if there's anything behind it, but I mean, you can go all the way out, and I would say the odds are you're probably in pretty good shape. Because if it were to get something, it would be way sooner, like next Wednesday. Should be okay. Will it affect Palm Beach County? Okay, I cannot answer with 100% certainty that this will not directly impact Florida. If it were to go more to the west as opposed to curving sooner, then it could. So I cannot yet give the all clear for Florida with Invest 94, especially when you look at the ensembles. I mean, here. I mean, you look at some of the ensembles, and right there, it's the Euro AI, and it pretty much is anywhere from the eastern Bahamas all the way through Florida. Now, I will tell you, the odds are higher that it stays east of Florida. Certainly the odds are higher, but it is not guaranteed yet. And Gary, that is exactly what would happen. And it does kind of look like a Fujiwara, John. I was talking about that. So, traveling to Puerto Rico tomorrow. Ooh, Patrice. Yeah, they're going to get some really squally weather and some rain. I do not know how travel conditions are and how it is getting into that airport. I do not know. But I do know somebody said in the Virgin Islands that they were canceling classes for tomorrow. It is not going to be a good day tomorrow. But I cannot answer you about how it's going to be in terms of, development. Okay, will it be closer to Florida or Carolina on the 29th? Can't answer that. Here's the 29th right here. The Euro has it closer to Florida, it's still offshore. We just can't answer it yet. We just can't answer it yet. Ron, Fort Stewart, Georgia, how you doing? Flying out of Tampa October 2nd, you'll be fine. Nothing in the Gulf is at risk right now. Nothing in the Gulf. Okay? Is it too soon to say what the weather will be like for Disney from now until 10/4? Ashley, you're going to be dodging some scattered afternoon showers each day through Saturday, maybe a little bit better chance of something on Saturday, and then next week back to more drier weather. So I would not be too concerned. Dodging a few showers, yes, but certainly not washout material. Okay? Port St. Lucie in the house with Gina. Yeah, again, for the folks who just got here, we'll recap. The area that was orange is now red. 70% likelihood of development. I think it was 70, maybe it was 60. Nope, 70. 70% chance of development over the next week. And it's a track that brings it somewhat potentially close to Florida, certainly close to the Bahamas. So, what I am saying right now, we do not know where this is going to make landfall. If it makes landfall, we do not know. Okay? We do not know. But, I can close the Zoom that was going on. Wait a minute. Stand by. End meeting. I got to end that meeting. Okay. So we'll go back. So let's recap. The area in red right here, that's the one I'm talking about. Whether that would be Umberto or Imelda just depends on which one develops first, if either one do. Okay? Clearly, the impacts of rain across the Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico over the next 24 to 48 hours, right down there. And then, if you look at the Euro, here's the GFS. The GFS actually keeps it out to sea, doesn't bother anybody, and it doesn't bother the Bahamas either. The Euro is far more bullish, potentially a double-barreled system. It may or may not happen, I don't know. And then trying to forecast where it's going to go when there's two developing like that is impossible. I mean, it is truly impossible, and that's only a week out. It's, developing cyclogenesis is one thing. Developing a Fujiwara or trying to forecast a Fujiwara where they spin around each other is impossible 7 days out. So, and then it kind of curves back. So that's way, way out there. And then you've got the Euro AI, which also brings this close to the Bahamas right there as two systems. Maybe one in the Carolinas, maybe one in the Western Bahamas. So that is kind of where we are right now. Okay, will it be rough on Monday in Cape Canaveral? Probably will be, Joan. I would say yes, it will be. Michael, you're right. The Euro AI has not been particularly good this year. Last year, it was money. This year, not so much. Okay, Dominican and Bimini on Friday to Wednesday. By then, it will be gone, Elena, so you're probably okay. Carolinas, again, middle of next week. If it were to impact the Carolinas, it would be the middle of next week. Flying out of Tampa on the 2nd. Becky, you are fine. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's happened before, Debbie. There's been many times where systems have actually not made landfall. Okay. This Saturday for Pasco, good chance of rain. Good chance of rain. Countryside's in the house. Beth, how you doing? Coco K, this Friday to Monday. Monday, dicey. Friday and Saturday should be okay. Sunday, deteriorating, but maybe okay. Monday, dicey. Rough seas, Lindsay, out of Fort Lauderdale on the 28th. Yes, by the 30th. Yes. Monday or Tuesday, Danielle. It's a different Sarah, I think. It's like whenever we're talking about a hurricane that has a name, like when it was it Aaron? And all the Aarons out there were trying to defend Aaron because I was calling Aaron Dusty and Musty and, you know. Let's see, what else? Turks and Caicos on Thursday, going to be bumpy. Probably not. If it takes a southerly route, it won't be. If it takes more of a northerly route, it might be. All right. When will we know? I would say in 2 days. Okay. When are we looking? James got me sidetracked. I think I've answered these questions, right? No, that's a good question, Lori. Would the two come together and become a monster? No, unless you go on TikTok and then there's going to be somebody who's saying, oh, look, these two are going to come together and it's going to turn into a hurricane the size of the entire Atlantic Ocean. You'll see that on TikTok. And they'll have 11 billion comments and likes. Okay. Coco K would be probably next Tuesday. Okay. Earliest time frame for South Florida, Monday or Tuesday. Nassau, 26th to the 29th. I think you're good, 26th, 27th, even 28th. 29th, it gets a little dicier. Leaving Friday, Miami, returning Monday. I wouldn't cancel, Lindsay. No. I think Friday to Monday, you'll be okay. Sunday, Coco K, I think you'll be okay. Leaving Fort Lauderdale to Cozumel, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Miami concert, Dua Lipa on Friday and Saturday, you'll be fine. Flight to Orlando, 9/27, you're fine. Grand Turk, you're fine. They're not going to combine. Yes, if there's a hurricane in North Carolina, Cruise Mike will be our trusty reporter. Heather, next Tuesday or Wednesday, if it were. Daphne asked 17 times, what if they combine? What if they combine? What if... You got my attention, and you didn't use all caps, so that's okay. They're not going to combine, Daphne. Newberry this weekend for softball. Rain on Saturday, Arturo. Rain on Saturday. Yeah, unfortunately, sorry about that, Amy. And I do think Saturday we do have a front coming in, so there's going to be some rain. Can the two bloobs merge? Yes, but no. I mean, yes, they do. It does happen. It does happen, but it's called a transfer of energy. I wouldn't worry about it. Don't think it plays out. Riley, I do think the Bahamas will be okay Saturday and Sunday. Nassau Wednesday, Joan, could be dicey. Could be dicey. Punta Cana on Thursday. Improving by Friday. Thursday, maybe not so good. Saturday will be, well, Saturday's going to get some rain, Kim. Saturday's going to get some rain, I think. Now, Sarah, you're okay. The Sarah Bohm, you're okay because I think the other Sarah just had a single name of Sarah. So it was not you. No school closures. Bahamas, October 3rd and 4th. You should be fine. Indian River Lagoon on Monday. Should be fine. At Punta Cana by Friday should be fine. Monday night, Orlando. Should be fine. Cruise Monday to Friday in the Caribbean. If you're leaving from the Gulf side, you're fine. If you're leaving from the Atlantic side, you're going to be bumpy. Yeah, Harold, it's caught a transfer of energy, but again, I just don't think it's going to play out that way. Models are just not very good at sniffing that out. Thank you, Lee. Tampa, outdoor birthday party on 10/4. That's too far out. That's 2 weeks out. Can't answer that one yet, Carolyn. Probably okay, though. All right, Riley, I will do that in a second. I'm looking. Yeah, it's not going to merge. I think that's about all of them. Flying back to Arizona on the 28th, you'll be fine, Becky. No, October 2nd to 5th, Elizabeth, you'll be fine in Bradenton. St. Augustine. Molly, St. Augustine. Right now, I can't answer that. Too early to tell. No. Nobody needs to leave on the southeast coast, Jan. Way too early to even think about that. But, no, do not take down your 12-foot skellies, Nick. No way. This weekend, you're okay, Myra. Early next week, probably not so much. Pensacola's fine, Susan. Hey, Susan! I have not talked to this Susan in years. Susan went to my high school. As a matter of fact, and she knows I would bring this up, Susan Segrist is the first girl I ever went out with on a date. True story. It's a lifetime ago. I will not say how long, but heading to Pensacola Sunday to Saturday. Yeah, you'll be fine, Susan. Siesta Key, you're good. Boy, the Caribbean and the Gulf are still really quiet, shockingly. Because I'll be honest, and I still think it's going to be a very active October. I would have thought by the end of September there would have already been development in the Caribbean, and it has not happened. So I will ban myself on that one. That was a bad call. Monday Night Football in Miami. Oh, yeah, that's going to be an exciting game. Should be okay. Should be okay. Again, I did not see Molly doing all caps, Diane, but that's okay. I mean, some people just do it accidentally or whatever. I don't call people out on that very often, unless they're being mean, you know. So here, we go back to, okay, someone asked about the ensembles. It's a good question. I get this from time to time. What are the different colors on the ensembles, you may ask? All right. Well, it all, Rob, will my wife be nice to me this weekend? Depends about your life choices, Rob. It all boils down to those life choices, doesn't it? It all boils down to life choices. Little accountability, Rob. Little accountability. So, girls' weekend plan, Anna Maria Island. No, Kristen, no. You would not want to reschedule. Absolutely not. Okay. It is all right here. Wait a minute. Stand by. Where are the colors? Oh, yeah, they're right here. So look at the colors right here. See these? So right now, Paula, yes, we are. I don't remember calling you out. I don't remember. There's drama going on. I just don't understand it. I haven't seen it. So look at the colors. They coincide with certain pressures. Those pressures give you an idea of how strong the system is. The purplish color at the top, greater than 1,005 millibars, that's probably a depression, okay? Green, 1,000 to 1,005 millibars, that could be a minimal tropical storm. That's green. Blue, 980 to 999. That's probably a strong tropical storm or a minimal hurricane. Red, 960 to 970. That is a hurricane, potentially Cat 2 hurricane. Orange, 950 to 959. That's probably a Cat 3 hurricane. And 950 or lower, that's probably Cat 4 or greater. So there it is. All right? Or as John says, green weak, red strong. So that is, so when you, and it's really difficult to kind of pinpoint these, but you do, like this one looks like it's red right here. And that one's red. And these are mostly blue, which is, you know, probably a hurricane, Cat 1. So most of these are Cat 1 hurricanes with some stronger. Remember, this is the Euro AI. But the Euro, interestingly enough, the Euro, most of the tracks are well offshore. But they're pretty strong. A couple go this way and then zoop, as a Cat 3 hurricane. Week of Carol, week of October 6th, yeah, it's too far. It's too far. October 26th, yes, it is definitely too soon to tell, Maureen. Taco Tuesday with your granddaughter. Nice, Kathy. Diana, man, I'm supposed to leave Saturday on a cruise to Bahamas. Yeah. If you're in and out in a day or two, you'll be okay. But Monday or Tuesday, it could be a little bit dicey. All right? So there it is. There's always drama. Debbie, I just said the same thing. It's okay, guys. You know, we're just, you know, sometimes texts and comments can be misinterpreted based on tone. That's all. It really is. Buc-ee's on Saturday. Oh, man. Which Buc-ee's? Are you going to the one in Ocala? Is that open yet? Heading to Michigan Friday evening, back Monday. You will be fine, Julia. You will be fine. Bahamas this weekend, back to port on Monday. Alyssa, I think you will just sneak in. Myrtle Beach, October 1st to 5th, that one we can't answer yet. Cannot answer that one yet. Will you be able to fly to Miami on Monday? I would say yes. Out of Tampa, Tampa's wide open. Tampa has no issues at all. None. So there is the Euro. There is the Euro AI, which is a little closer. There is the GFS. But the Euro wins with the craziest look, which is right there next Monday. 2 hurricanes. Then people wonder if it's going to be Fujiwariing, which is when one spins around another, like pivots around. Models will hardly ever get that right. Cruise out of Monday on Saturday. Denise, as long as you're going southwest, you're fine. Rolanda's asking about the Bahamas on Monday. That one is dicey. That one is dicey. I'm telling you, that is dicey. I'm not saying it might, you know what? If the GFS is right, you'll be okay. Look at the GFS, way east of the Bahamas. But if the Euro AI is right or the Euro is right, then yeah, it might not be good. And that is what 94 is, Tara. That's what we've been talking about. Adam, I'm so bummed. I have never been to a whiteout. I have never been to a Penn State whiteout game. I've always wanted to. And I don't know why I haven't made it. Like last year I was going to, but it was a day game. And then they changed it to a night game. Yeah, I got to get up there. At some point, I got to do it. Siesta Key, the 3rd to the 12th. Right now, you're looking fine. It's kind of hard to go out past a week and a half. But right now, you're looking okay. Palm Beach on the 29th, you should be okay. I really honestly think the only areas that I'm more concerned about would be the Bahamas and the Outer Banks of the Carolinas. That's kind of what I'm thinking. I don't think there's going to be a lot of play with Florida on this one. But I cannot guarantee that. Well, you know me, I wouldn't want to use that word anyway. But I cannot guarantee it. So I think that's about it. So Shay will be back tomorrow. She will be here tomorrow. I will be at the Best of the Bay award ceremony along with Sean Daly. Hopefully victorious. We will see, but it's a lot of fun either way. I'll be back on Thursday. Allie will be in on Friday. And we'll just kind of keep our eyes on what's going on in the tropics. All right? Punta Cana on arriving Thursday through Monday. Thursday, Jen, is a little bit tricky. Thursday could be a little bit tricky. But Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, you'll be fine. There's absolutely a chance of a Tampa hurricane in October, Christine. Sure there is. There's nothing out there right now, though. Not a thing out there right now. So right now, you are good. Mickey's Not So Scary Party on Tuesday. Shannon, I think you're totally fine. I would not change any Florida plans, anything. Tampa to Connecticut on Monday. Marie, you are good. All right? All right, I think that's it. So we will see. I will let you guys know when I hear tomorrow. You guys have a great night. Shay will be in tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in as always. And you know me, I will be updating 24/7, giving you guys updates on new model runs and whatnot. At this point, Florida does not appear to be a high risk, but it is not zero. I'll go that far. It is not zero, but it's not a high risk either. I would say if you had to pin me down and say, all right, Dennis, what would you numerical Thursday, Puerto Rico, by Thursday, it should be improving. Friday's better, though. Friday's better. Okay, so I would say the odds of Florida being impacted directly are probably 15%. 10 to 15%. That's probably what I would go with right now. All right? Have a good night, guys. I'm going to have my dinner, and I will see you Thursday night. Shay will be in tomorrow. I'll be in Thursday with the next edition of Dennis Phillips Live. Have a good night, guys.